Hello, hello. We are returning to Terra Invicta with part 2 of today's session. And I'm excited. Very excited, folks, to try to kill you with a monster. I think that's what's happening. So you cast the spell, Marvin, and the ground shakes. It tremors, as it will. And the tree groans, and then the thing falls down. Make an Arcana check.
They're going to say attack roll.
To see how well... Ooh, 23. Okay, yeah, so I think you hear a screeching, a shrill screeching from below, and scuttling various cracks and, gross sounding things from below. And it's really dusty and dirty and whatnot, so it's hard to tell exactly what's going on, but for at least a moment, you're like, okay, pretty sure we're good. And that is, of course, the moment when a bunch of baby Unconquered come out of the ground, angry for you killing their mother. So let me...
Wait, didn't you say they have one hit point? Wouldn't of that thing just kill them all instantly?
I was wondering.
So...
Would it be the opposite where the mother comes out because she's angry?
The nest was literally right underneath the tree. So basically, I think
so these
what
ones
happened is they were
away.
on the side, right? Yeah, and or like in the further tunnels.
Okay. My other question is that this is it's a 10-foot spell and it does do bludgeoning damage.
Right, so we killed the mother successfully, but not all of the babies because they were further away.
Oh yeah,
basically.
I guess we should. How much bludgeoning damage does it do? It's gonna be pinned no matter what, but I guess we should actually
see if it killed it or not.
Part of my reasoning is the tree's gonna fall down and collapse on it, but the actual spell has the radius of wherever I cast it. It's gonna go and do damage in that radius too.
Yeah. The issue with that is that nothing within that radius is actually living. You're just doing it on the ground, and the ground just happens to be weak enough that it's going to collapse. And so it's the collapsing earth itself that's actually doing any damage, not the spell. But let's see, how much did the spell do?
I haven't rolled it yet.
What's the dice?
Well,
I'm just curious.
Well, it makes a dex save. And on a fail save, it takes 1d6 bludgeoning.
Okay, yeah, I think we're gonna bump that up because this tree fell on it. But I'll have it make a dex save anyway. 16. So we'll say it takes half damage from this.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's not dead. But it's certainly pinned by this thing, which makes sense. So, let's see. I'm trying to find a good.
Grappled by the ground.
Trying to find a good map for this. Map.
Come on, Caleb. We just had a 45-minute break.
Oh, I'm sorry. I honestly should have been doing this while we were on the break, and I didn't think about it.
That's what you were doing.
And no, I was just messing around, guys. That's what I was doing.
Gosh. So unprofessional.
I know. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this. It's not gonna be entirely accurate, but for what it looks like, but it will give us a little background to do stuff on. Let's just go ahead and roll initiative, shall we?
Do we need to wait? Do we need to wait until we're on the map, though?
Yeah. Because we'll need tokens. I'm just trying to think of anything we can do while I'm waiting for this map to load. But yeah, basically what's going to happen is...
You all should go to patreon.com and subscribe to Caleb/Caleb Empowers.
Yes, and if you do, you'll get an after show, a bunch of after shows for this campaign, not the side stories, but the main campaign and our Orphans of the American Dream campaign, as well as fun bonus content to the podcast Crow Inquisitors, the new episode of which we'll be releasing this month, hopefully soon. Finally getting back into it after it was just kind of crazy, even coming back from the break in June, trying to get back into the swing of things. We haven't actually done an episode of The Christian Artist since we came back. Been trying to schedule it, and it just hasn't worked. I don't know why this map is taking so long, but it is. And of course, this is the moment where I remember that it's probably nighttime, and I should have used the other version of this map, but oh well. Let's see.
It just looks like daytime because Marvin's so bright.
Indeed. Yeah, this is pretty accurate, actually, to what it would kind of look like in this moment. Let me drag you guys over.
It's such a drag.
Because what's happening here is you're basically in a depression of Earth now.
All black.
You should be.
I
Oh,
see
yeah,
stuff.
you need tokens.
Oh, this looks familiar.
It's from
Oh, okay.
Zayn Peku, I think, is the person I've been using maps
I
from.
feel like we used this before. Something
No,
close to it.
Pretty much
No.
none of the maps we're using for Terra Invicta have been used before. I've made a point of not using the same maps. But yeah, so you're basically in this like depression of Earth right now, as it's like kind of collapsed. And the park is around you. Oops, I didn't do that right. Boop boo. Da, da, da. You should be smaller though. Alyssa, I gotta make your token smaller. Okie dokie.
Yes, make me tiny. Tiny, yay! I'm so small.
Tiny Poppy. Cool. So we have the Unconquered, which is currently in the ground. So I
Crushed him in the ground.
Exactly.
My dad's not a phone.
So we're gonna say,
That
let's
must be
say for
nice.
purposes of this map, I'm gonna put the Unconquered on top of this rock pile here, and we'll say that that's underneath the rock pile in quotations, right? Like, so it's pinned right
Oh,
now.
I'm sorry. I thought you said the on-keg was dead.
No,
Or is it
so
just
that's what we
pinned?
thought originally. It did 27 damage to it, and it's pinned. It's not dead. It's definitely close to being dead, and it could be killed very easily because it's pinned right now. But it's
Okay.
not quite dead. But what
Okay.
is happening is some swarms of insects. So normally they would be the individual rat stat blocks, but instead we now have a swarm. A couple swarms of insects.
Yay.
So these are all mini onkegs, but I guess these are medium sized. Sometimes when you should be getting a map ready, you're talking with your friends. So life could be worse.
Yeah,
We
you
could all
could be
be on
getting a
fire.
map ready and not be talking with your friends. Which is why I don't make maps anymore.
So where would you guys have been standing in reference to the tree?
I would have been
Wow.
standing away from the tree because he was going to do the thing, which essentially is attacking it. So I was like, I'm just going to
I'd
step
be
back.
I think I'd be flying about 30 feet up,
Where exactly you think on the map?
like
though?
near the tree.
Near the tree, yeah. So let's
I
have
would have
you
been literally
here.
right next to the tree.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right there, and yeah, we'll say Gethris is like here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And yeah, these swarms are gonna come up from the earth, and let's go ahead and click on those tokens. Roll that initiative.
I've been waiting for that window to pop up so I can roll initiative.
2, 4, 6, 8. Time to initiate.
Oh,
How?
lucky. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so the swarms go first. So we see a bunch of baby onkegs swarm out from the ground, very mad. And they are going to go ahead and move here. So they have to be in your square to attack you. Like they're swarming around you, basically. But for the purposes, we'll just, that is what's happening. But Gethris, so you can see your token.
Yeah.
It is right next to you there. But this swarm swarms around you, and this one will try to go for Marvin, and it can't quite reach him on its speed. So it will stop right there. Actually, no, it will still swarm you, but it can't attack you on the round. So it's around you, Marvin, but it's not attacking you. But this one will attack Gethris. So they start biting you.
Miss.
Sounds good. Well, what does this look like as Gethris is swarmed by a bunch of tiny insects? I mean, they're not tiny; they're pixie sized, but yeah.
Oh, what does this look like?
Mastered Ultra Instinct, just dodging like every single one.
Maybe that is what it is they're trying to swarm him, but he's just like, because he's got +6 to acrobatics, and he's just kind of like, moving his feet around, trying to keep them from actually climbing on him. And when it gets on his leg, he shakes it off, so they're not quite able to
shake it off.
Swarm him
Shake
completely.
It off.
Sounds
It's 5 feet. It's 5 square feet. That's a decently sized area.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, so you're just trying to keep them off you, and they're still around you, but they're not. Their bites have not penetrated. Marvin, the insects are swarming around you. You see the pinned Onkeg mother below you. What do you do?
Okay, so I assume there are somewhat hefty tree branches nearby, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a sunken tree, but yeah, there's tree branches in front of you, basically.
Okay, so maybe any weighing between 1 to 5 pounds.
Sure.
Perfect.
Oh, what is this happening?
Clickety clackety. I roll to cast.
Nice. Catapult.
Catapult.
Yeah, would you like to describe this for us?
What does catapult do?
Exactly.
It's great.
That did not work for me.
Basically, Marvin sees these bugs and he's like, damn, let's watch some bugs. And he just gestures towards he gestures towards a branch. That's the word. He gestures towards a branch with his quarterstaff and just gestures as if he's pulling it straight towards the bugs.
Nice.
Would that hit you though, since you're in the same?
Nah, because it's not technically on me, is it?
Well, what does catapult actually do?
It flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in a direction you choose before falling to the ground. And it stops early if it impacts
so you're gonna you're gonna have to hit yourself if you do this, because you're landing on a solid surface. There's a 5 foot. I can't see a way. Well, let's look at the actual description here. If the object would strike a creature, that creature. Yeah, I guess it doesn't actually say an area, so that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So you're slamming the creatures right in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say even if I was in a certain spot, I could fling it towards me and then just move.
Yes, that's true. Very true. Yep. Yeah, let me double check their swarm ability real quick.
Yeah, if you move away from them 5 feet, would that count as an attack of opportunity? That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, it would, because you're moving out of their threat range. But given the spell's description, looking at it again, you can just slam it in front of you and they're still in your square. Yeah, so you can do that. Yes, so dex save.
Yep.
DC 13. Okay. Haha, crit fail.
Wow.
I'll take it.
They take 18 bludgeoning damage. Yeah, so it's probably what probably happens here, Marvin, is you're like, it's
I missed a couple of them.
yeah, for flavor reasons, right? Like, you're having you're probably like, well, it almost looks like you're telekinesising the stick, and you're slamming bugs over and over again, right, into the ground. And yeah, there's only like one or two left that are skittering around you. So
I love it.
cool, Poppy.
Can I see the big one? The Ankeg is still alive.
Yeah, it's squirming slightly as it's pinned under a tree.
All right. I am going to hit it with my longbow. So I want to stay floating up and just go.
Nice.
Try to finish it off.
Sounds good.
17?
Yep.
8
Nice.
piercing.
Very nice. It is not dead, but you certainly heard it. We see Poppy's boast come true. It goes into one of its eyes, but it doesn't quite go into the brain. Not yet. So
Not quite. Not
No.
quite. Almost. Poppy will get there.
Cool, Gethris. You're surrounded by bugs.
Oh, I guess I'll just swat at them with my. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't make sense that I'm swatting at them with a rapier, but
You're probably like skewering them, right? Like trying to
Yeah,
making a
we'll go
shish
with that.
kebab.
we'll go with that.
Well, you
I
don't do
guess
either of those things because you miss. So
Yeah.
you're just trying to like stab into the ground. It's not working.
I'll just wait.
Sounds good. All right, the Ankeg is going to try to not be pinned anymore. Can make an
It's
athletics
definitely
check.
One.
Fails. So it's still it's saying to itself, "Come on, Spider-Man! Come on, Spider-Man!" And it fails. So yeah, does not inspire himself. He should have said, "Come on, Ankeg, man," but he didn't work. All right, the swarms continue to swarm. The one attacks Marvin and misses. And then the one attacks Gethris and hits, I assume. 17.
My AC is 17.
Nice. You take 8 piercing damage as these things swarm around you, biting you.
Wait, where's my minus button? Give me a second. No, that's the wrong button. Dang. Go ahead. I'm just confused. There we go.
Very nice.
That was like half my health.
Yep. Marvin? Man, Catapult
Well,
does a lot of damage.
Yeah, it did a
does.
lot.
That's a first level
okay.
spell.
Yeah.
Dang.
3d8.
That's not even.
spell?
That's not even that. Yeah, and that's not even my only one that can do that much
Nice.
damage. I have another one that can do that much damage, and I can choose between acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder.
Well, may I mention that I'm almost half health? Just so you know.
Yep, I'm sure
You'll
you
be
are.
fine.
I do have second wind, so I probably will be.
That's good because I don't have anything that can heal.
I have cure wounds, but
Okay.
Poppy's more focused on killing the big beastie.
That's fair. And they rolled really well for their damage this last turn. I could probably take one more hit. If I don't, I will go down. They have to roll max damage to make me go down. I don't like the odds, but
So yeah, what do you do, Marvin?
I wish that I could use gust to just like blow them and like splat against something, but
I mean, there's like just a few of them left. You could hit them with a cantrip and probably be fine.
I don't have any damaging cantrips though.
Don't?
No.
Yeah, he has like a bunch of like utility cantrips.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Utility cantrips are nice.
I'm sure in a longer campaign they could be nice.
I have a
no.
feeling we'll see Marvin again.
Oh yeah, I hope so. He's fun.
Marvin will live.
Marvin will return.
in.
Marvin will return in the Jade Ravens. Because like the Avengers, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, I'm just gonna.
In The
just gonna roll.
Adventurers.
You just
I'm
have like
gonna
a
roll to
club or
just-
something.
Huh?
Unarmed strike.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna like roll to hit with my quarterstaff,
Nice.
which is really funny. Look at the attack multiplier, or not the attack bonus to hit with this.
That's
Good old -2, 0, I
Yep.
guess, altogether. No, -2, yeah. No,
Yep,
it's 0.
altogether.
Yeah, it's a 0.
Altogether, it's 0.
Very nice. Yeah, you missed. Sorry.
I do realize I rolled a 3 on my attack roll.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So Marvin is uselessly, like, probably what happens, Marvin, is, I mean, honestly, you probably just used your quarterstaff, right? Like, to do this, you probably just like,
Yeah, it's literally my quarter. It's so like it. I dig the big thing, and then there's a couple left, and I'm just like swatting at them now,
Yeah,
like they're
yeah.
flies.
yeah. I guess I just think of the juxtaposition between the tree branch you try to slam on them, and then you're trying to slam them with your quarterstaff, and it's just not
Yeah.
working. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, Poppy.
All right, Poppy is determined to take down the big one,
Look
like,
how
I may be
tiny
small.
she is.
but I can take it. I can take it down. Oh yeah,
Very nice. It did.
yeah. Poppy's
Mommy's
like,
dead.
I knew I could do it.
Goes right into the brain, through the eye, and right into the brain.
Right in the brain.
Your signature move. Cool stuff. Gethris, unless you want to move or something.
Check actually on. Yeah, actually, could she move and flank?
No, because it's
I was
in your
wondering, like-
square. Yeah.
I was wondering how that works. Let me see. How much does? No, I wanna hold on to my second one more turn, and hopefully not regret it. Gethers just goes like, "If you are quite done over there," slash at him with his rapier.
I'm
That's
sorry, I was just taking care of the big one for you all.
You're welcome.
That is 13 damage.
Very nice. Yep. You're skewering them like a shish kebab.
That was really good damage roll too. It was
Mhm,
almost max.
mhm. Good job. Good job.
Now let's just hope I don't die.
All right. It is the swarm's turns. They're going to attack you both. This one is going to attack Marvin. Does that hit? Yes, it does. Ha ha ha. You take 6 piercing damage, Marvin. And Gethris, you also will take 6 piercing damage.
Okay, I'm fine. I need to find my minus key though.
Yeah, they do less damage when they have less hit points. So
Okay.
They also seem to maybe have heart. It's harder for them to hit, maybe.
I don't actually know
Or
if
is
that's
that
true.
not?
Maybe, I don't know. No, same base attack bonus. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
less damage.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. So your friends are being bitten all over, Poppy, by insects. Marvin.
Oh no, what will I do?
I probably could have action searched last turn since the big guy's down. Oh well.
Yeah. So Marvin, what do you want to do?
I'll probably just swat at him again. Honestly.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're just swatting bugs.
Bug swat.
Well, you're trying to, and you're failing miserably, but you're trying. All right, Poppy, save your incompetent friends.
Let's see. Can I hit them with an arrow? Technically,
Sure.
it's a swarm. I don't.
Yes, you can.
If I can skewer them with a rapier, you can hit them with an arrow.
The only
Okay.
special rules for swarms in 5e is they have certain condition immunities because there are multiple of them, and then they can occupy another creature's space and move through any opening large enough for a tiny insect. They also can't.
It doesn't
regain
feel like
hit
it makes
points.
much sense for like a small little arrow to be able to.
Yeah,
kill
Poppy,
us.
I imagine for flavor reasons, what's probably happening here is you're just like shooting a bunch of arrows, right? You're like super cool Legolas.
All right.
Shoot a bunch of them. Hit
Hey.
2 of them with 1 arrow.
I'm gonna attack the one that's next to Marvin.
That
Oof.
misses. I'm sorry.
Darn.
Yeah, so you're
Oh, I
shooting
see
off
that. I
some
rolled both
arrows. and
fours.
The toothpicks are in the ground, but they are not in your foes.
They're like little needles.
Yep. Gethris.
Oops. Give me a second. Hit caps lock. First thing I'm going to do is I think a second wind, a bonus action.
I believe so. That sounds right.
Yes. So I'm going to roll 1d10. No, not 1d19. 1d10. This keyboard's confusing. Plus 2. I'm getting used to it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll 1d10 plus 2. Regain 6 hit points.
Nice.
It's a little iffy. But I guess they don't hit as hard either. And I'm probably going to second wind here, but let's just... So 17?
Yep.
See what happens here first.
They dead.
Okay.
You skewer the rest of them. Yep.
Okay. So
Cool stuff. Yep. This last swarm is going to attack Marvin one more time, and then probably die after this. But
actually, wait. I can't move and action surge, can I?
action surge is a bonus action, right?
No,
No, action surge is just a thing you do, right?
It's just a thing you do because it grants you an extra bonus action as well.
Yes. So
I could move an action surge and get those last two?
yes.
Yeah, you just don't get like extra move for that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm fine. And so I will action surge and attack again.
Sounds good. Yep.
Probably kill him.
Yep. Dead. Very nice. Yeah, that was probably good because it would have done well, it would only have done 2 damage, so that wouldn't have been too bad to Marvin, but cool. Yeah, so you
I just realized I'm not used to preparing a fighter.
Cool. Yeah, so Gethris, you have a bunch of them like just in a row on your rapier. You just slide them all off.
I just what I'd probably do is I whip the rapier just so like they all fly off. Like,
yep.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, and that's of course the time where you look, and I think you see. So we
and then the groundskeeper comes up. Get off my
no,
lawn!
so that's literally actually what happens, right? You see the groundskeeper, but they look different than they did before. Let me find the right token for this.
It wasn't the on-keg, was it?
And obviously, if we were looking at this through, like in hindsight, we would have been like, why is the camera focusing so much on this groundskeeper at certain places? But yeah, let me find. Do I really not have? Oh, okay. That's fine, I guess. Pull this from this. So the groundskeeper is a tiefling. Don't pay attention to what the token looks like. But they show up and then they look at you three. And I think they have like a walking stick that they carry around. Let me double check that actually. Yeah, they have a walking stick. So I think it's a woman, and she is getting up there in age, not like super old, but like getting up there. And she kind of steps down into the depression right here. And looks at the three of you and then says, "Oh, thank you. I know I was complaining about this before, but it seems you've dealt with some pretty nasty beasties." And like, if we're again like in the show version of this is just framed really creepily, right? Like everything she's saying and doing, the way she steps down into the depression, just seems off. Whether or not the characters pick up on it, that seems like an insight check, but
insight check that 15.
Yeah, anyone else can do it. Yeah,
I have no idea.
Can I
They crit failed on their deception.
Wow.
Oh my god! So even
Yeah, Gethris got a 3 and he notices this.
Catherine gets it.
Yeah.
It's just that obvious.
Yeah. This, again, like, very obviously framed. Like, she's just a creepy old woman. This is so the Bloodbender episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender,
Oh
right?
my
Like,
gosh.
it was just a kind old woman, but she definitely had like weird puppets, you know, that sort of thing. The cottage on the park grounds, Poppy, when you went inside earlier in the session to talk to her, had like a bunch of voodoo charms around, and you're like, oh, I guess it's just a cultural thing, but it's definitely not just a cultural thing. Yeah, so you can, again, you don't know what's going on, but you can just tell something is off about this woman and the way she's coming to you guys right now. But yeah, so she says, you know, thanks for dealing with the beasties. I can clean up here. Don't worry about the rest of it. You go tell Lord Escalante that everything is just fine.
I think we all, like, 3 of us look at each other.
Yeah, and
Can I just like straight up cast magic missile?
sure.
Yeah. What are your utility spells we were speaking of earlier?
Real quick, would everyone make a perception check for me, real quick? I'm just curious if you notice something besides her demeanor.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Poppy and Marvin. Gethris is paying too much attention to her. But Poppy and Marvin, I think you finally notice behind you. So the map is what it looks like on this. There's like a glowing, maybe not super glowing, but there's probably like fireflies or something around that's like making that luminescence over there on the map. But there is like it's a tunnel, and Poppy didn't notice this before. It's a tunnel, but it's obviously not man-made. Right? So for whatever reason, there was something underneath this park that was here before the Unconquered. And you can see Marvin and Poppy, you notice this, her eyes flickering towards the entrance of that. Again, it was obscured by rubble and stuff as everything was collapsing, but you're starting to notice all of this now as you take in the scene.
Right. And I didn't probably notice it at first because the on-cake was like blocking it or something. Because I'm assuming the on-cake was right next to it when I was down there.
Yeah, probably.
Right?
Or like obscuring your view of it. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, did we get it? Does it look like a portal or anything? Or just like, it's just like a cave from what we can see?
Yeah, so definitely it almost looks like a mine shaft, right? So it's not like super carved, but it's like
okay.
And you could probably make a nature or survival check to know more about that sort of thing. Yeah, 19 survival. I think you can tell, like, again, it looks like it. It's not a mine. It's probably not a mine. Doesn't make sense for this region. But it's the kind of carved tunnel that didn't take a lot of time to do, and they propped up the wooden supports just so they could get to somewhere, right? They didn't spend a whole lot of time making it look fancy.
Almost like they were down there searching for something.
Yeah. So they may have been mining, but not for minerals, right?
Okay. Got it. So something is down there that she wants, basically. Yes. Got it. Cool.
I think I just go, all right, time to seal up the tunnels. And I do.
I think Poppy, like, to her, like, question also, she would probably go, no, we insist of cleaning up our own mess.
Yeah, and then Marvin's like, time to.
I do that, and then I start using minor illusion to act like I make it seem like I'm powering up my staff to do like a spell towards the.
Is minor illusion a cantrip?
Yes.
Okay, good. I was about to say, like, don't use a spell slot.
No, he's casting it as a ritual, so he's standing there for 10 minutes.
Well, even if I cast something as a ritual, don't I take a spell slot?
No.
Ritual casting doesn't take spell slots. That's why.
I mean, it doesn't matter for me because I don't have any spells that are rituals. But
yeah,
that's why I like speak with animals. Like, you can use a spell slot just to cast it right away, or you can ritually cast it and then not use the spell slot.
You have to have ritual spell casting.
So Spirit Bomb is a ritual spell. So is Special Beam Cannon.
Yeah, so you do that. Marvin, and she holds up her hand and then says, "Oh, let's not get too hasty. I have worked in this park my whole life, and or I've worked in this park as long as it's existed, and it almost would feel wrong for another to lay their hands on it. No offense."
I just don't know that Poppy would just be like, she's evil. Let's just attack
Let's kill her. Yeah.
Let's kill her. But, clearly something is wrong. And she's like, well, we want to make sure that it was truly the Ankeg that was causing this. Would you mind if we take a look around a little longer?
Make a deception check, because you don't care about that, really, right?
What I really want is her response. Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Well, this will get a response.
Right, but I mean, yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Crit failed again on her insight.
Caleb,
So
you in the not
Wait, what did she roll? I didn't see it.
She rolled a crit fail 3.
Oh, awesome.
On the insight.
Wow,
there.
she
So,
really sucks. She sucks worse than Ari. Holy cow.
So, what was your exact intent with that statement?
Just to get a reaction from her, to see
Yeah, I think basically she just reveals her true colors, and she says
she just falls for it.
Because you were trying to basically just get her to reveal
Trying
what
to
she
bait her
actually
out,
wanted. Yeah.
Like,
And she says, No. You gnome, you will put down that staff now, or I will kill you here and shrink your head for my magics.
my head's already tiny, woman.
I think Gethros kind of just takes a stance of just holding up his rapier up, just getting ready.
Yeah, and that's when
she readies her bow.
Yeah, and that's when she says, "Well, it's a good thing I'm not alone." And that's when we roll initiative.
I was hoping she'd be alone. I already used my second win. I already used my action surge.
So we're rolling initiative again.
Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative again.
What is that?
So a couple of tribal looking tiefling warriors come out of the bushes here. And they didn't surprise you or anything, right? We're not gonna I don't care too much about that, but they're gonna enter the combat with her. So there we go. And I'll go ahead and roll initiative for her and stuff.
Actually, should I have pulled out my longbow?
Yeah, and they have spears. She has little staff. Gethros, you go first. What do you do?
Ooh. Oh, someone rolled a nat 20, but I'm still going first.
Yeah, you have a higher dexterity, so.
Actually, I'm wondering if wait. Give me a second. I'm wondering if it would have been better for me to pull out my longbow.
He's Dexy, and we know it.
No, because my rapier does more damage. Who goes after me? Them. Okay. The thing is, I can't approach without getting swarmed, without getting teamed up on. What I've seen the people coming out when she said, "Well, I'm not alone," before we rolled for initiative, I guess my question.
Yeah, that you know that they're there.
Okay, so I probably would have pulled out my longbow because I'm like, we can't do this. I can't run in on this.
Yeah.
Because I can't. I will go down. I will get swarmed, so I'm gonna back up. Just back up. 1, 2. Let's go here. Actually, let's see. Where was I? I was right here. Was I here? Was I here? I think I was here. I'm trying to go somewhere close enough that I'm not leaving the others. Oh, I could go pretty much anywhere I want here. No, 30 feet, not 60 feet. What am I thinking? I'll go here. Close enough that I can help people, but far enough that they'd have to split their resources to really follow.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to shoot with my longbow and miss. All that preparation for nothing.
Very nice, very nice. I'm going to. Yeah, so you back up and fire an arrow. I'm gonna delete her real quick, and I found another token for her. Is actually accurate to what she looks like, more or less. Boo, boo. Cool stuff. Yeah, so the Tiefling Warriors are going to get ready to do their thing here in a second. Yeah, so I think she looked older than she actually is at first, right? She kind of gave off the appearance of infirmity, and now she is.
That's how I saw through her disguise. I know these gray hairs too well.
So, creepy witch lady. I'm going to add her back to the turn order. All right, so the warriors are going to. One is going to go attack Marvin, and the other is going to attack Gethris. So they battle cry, rush across the rubble, and attack you guys. So
Looks
spear
like
attack.
I'm dropping my longbow.
This one's on Marvin, and the second one will be on Gethris.
Miss.
Hit.
Yeah, that's a hit for Marvin. So 5 piercing damage from the spear. Sinks into your flesh. Yeah, Marvin is not doing so hot.
Nah.
All right, Poppy.
All right. Well, I mean, of course, what would Poppy do except go for the big one?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
Maybe heal the one who's almost no. Actually, he's probably fine for a little bit.
I guess it just, I mean, I do have cure wounds, so I can go over and help him next round if I have to. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on her.
Cool.
And then shoot her with my longbow.
Nice.
Assuming that hits.
Yep.
Great. Plus an extra d6 damage. So 7 total. That was not very good.
Cool stuff. So yeah, one of your little needles hits her in the face, and she's just like, why did that hurt so much?
That's probably what
you wouldn't think it would.
They're needles.
Yeah. And then it is her turn.
Oh, and also I want to fly up, like, I don't know, maybe 10 feet, just to be like out of reach.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Let's see. What is she gonna do?
Actually, I'll stay down because I know that like they're not doing so hot. So maybe I can, if I can like kind of be intimidating, like I want her to like focus on me, not on them.
That's a good point. You haven't taken damage. We have.
Yeah.
So what she's gonna do is
I technically took 1 damage from the the rats.
One,
the rat
yes.
things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I guess it does mean more at this level.
So she starts casting her spells. She touches her chest, and suddenly her skin becomes like all bark-like. And then she says another magic word, and her staff suddenly like is covered in vines and stuff. So she's obviously powered up both herself and her staff. Marvin, it's you. There's an intimidating tiefling tribal warrior in front of you. What would you want to do?
Let's just
Blow all the spells. Blow all the spells.
I mean, basically.
I mean, you had that catapult spell. It worked pretty well. You
Yeah,
could
I'm,
in a
I'm,
line and hit both of them.
oh
think.
yeah. Yeah, is
Well,
there
but doesn't it stop once it hits one person, or
Oh
no?
yeah.
It's not like a ray. It's like
You have something that's a line attack.
No. Basically, my options here are magic missile. Yeah, my options here are magic missile, earth tremor, or catapult. Those are my only real.
Earth tremor could. What's earth tremor do?
That's the one that.
Well, but 10-foot radius or.
Well, it only does 1d6.
Oh,
and it
never.
protrudes out from him, and plus, like, you would also get caught in it. It's not.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say he could potentially move himself like right here, and he'd hit both him and her. But if catapult, I think does more damage anyway. So
Yeah, catapult does. Yeah.
3d8. That is nuts.
Yeah, but I mean, if they have to make a dex saving throw, and if they succeed,
Just half damage, isn't it?
no. I guess it keeps going. It just like misses.
Oh, like if they succeed. Oh, that makes sense because they missed it.
So then if I were to do something that was
You could potentially hit two. You could potentially shoot it at one of them. If it doesn't hit that, it hits the other one.
yeah. Oops, that's not what I'm about to do.
It could potentially miss both of them, but
Yeah. So Caleb, what I want to try to do is shoot my catapult in.
although maybe aim for her because she's a spellcaster.
Yeah. I want to shoot it this way. Like that.
Nice.
You just need to move over one square.
Huh?
Do you just need to move over one square, or can you just like do it?
No, I mean, I can do it. Anyway, I just have to take an object and make it go woo in one
I see.
direction. So as long as I just like do it like this, like just a 1 pound.
Got
or
it. So let's hope
1
that
to 5
both of
pound
them
object.
or one of them fails.
Yeah. So first it would be this lady right here. That's right in front of me.
guy. I think the other ones are guys.
Oh, guy. Well, yeah.
Warriors.
Yep.
Caleb,
Sorry, what were we saying?
You have to make
you need to make a dex save
Yeah, you're
for.
right. Sorry. Talking with chat. Cool. Dex save.
Ooh, he
14. Haha.
All right, so
Okay.
make another one
And then-
for the next chick.
Right.
Because it missed them, and now it's on that trajectory.
Ooh, yes.
Fails.
Yeah.
So the warrior
Nice.
person is like, haha, and then I'm just like, and he's like, well,
Yeah, exactly. Smacks her right in the face, and she's just like holding her bleeding broken nose, just like on the ground, like ah.
that'll be 18 bludgeoning damage.
She is not quite dead, but yeah. All right, Gethris.
Okay, well, I will drop my longbow or Yeah, longbow, pull out my rapier, and stab! 16 hit? Caleb. 16 hit?
Yes, 16 hits. Yep.
Okay, 9 damage. Did not roll too well.
Nice.
Where
Yeah,
did the
so you-
rogue go?
Dodge his spear thrust and then stab him in the chest.
Where did
Wait,
the
no,
what
seriously.
go?
Where is this character?
Whose character?
Yours.
I'm right there.
Your token isn't on my screen.
Might need to refresh.
Like
Yeah, I
I'm
see
there.
I see it.
And I'm a fighter, not a rogue.
His token is the only. Oh yeah. I mean, you turned invisible on my screen, so I figured
There.
he's a rogue.
There.
It's in my book right now, he's a rogue.
Cool thing. So
Okay, there it is.
the warriors are gonna attack things. So more spear attacks.
Oof.
Both
Dang
of
it.
those hit. Yeah. Gethros, you take 7.
Okay.
So
I'm
you are
still
now
up.
dying. And Gethros, other way around. Marvin takes 7. Gethros takes 6. That's what I meant.
Okay, so Marvin's down.
That's that. I was saying the wrong name, but in my head I was thinking Marvin. So
Okay.
yep. So they stab into you, Marvin, and you go down, and Gethros just fighting off this guy. Poppy, you too.
Okay. How bad does she look?
Very bad.
Okay. So I'm thinking, as much as I want to get Marvin back up with cure wounds, I think maybe I should finish her off first because she's going next, and then go and cure you. Jordan, does that make sense? Okay.
Only worry is who the other warrior is going to go after next.
Well, probably me, but I mean, like, I have almost full hit points. So, because I'm like right there. And if I kill the leader right now, then like, also if I kill the leader, I don't know, there's also a chance that there's a small chance maybe they,
Leave.
leave or give up or something. So we'll see. But one
It's
of
like,
us is down.
Okay, you
so
win. We're
we'll
friends
see.
now.
We're friends. We'll take you to the treasure. Okay. Longbow. Oh, 14.
About to ask if you had any spell.
14 on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, hits. Or no, doesn't. Sorry.
Ah,
It
no,
doesn't.
Caleb.
I forgot. So what I did is I clicked on her token and then looked at her AC and then realized, oh, she cast Barkskin. It's
But
higher
she-
than that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it missed.
I was going to ask if you had a spell you could cast instead.
No, I don't.
Yeah. So it missed. It
Um,
probably just, it hits, but it doesn't do anything because it just hits the bark.
Right. Dang it.
Sorry for getting your hopes up there for a second.
You did get
I know, I
you got
know.
my hopes up, Caleb. I wanted to take her down.
Well, it is her turn. So Gurno the Clunker pointed out that I broke the bonus action spellcasting rule there. I got it mixed up the other way around because I had her cast Barkskin as an action and then Shillelagh as a bonus action. But when you're casting, the only way to cast 2 spells in one round is for the action to be the cantrip. And so that wasn't an illegal move. So she didn't cast Shillelagh. She just cast Barkskin. But
Shillelagh is a cantrip.
yeah, all the way around. But that was the bonus action. Shillelagh is a bonus action and not an action. So
But can't you
you
cast it as an action though, or no? I thought you could cast
No,
bonus actions as your action.
yes, but I can't cast Barkskin as a bonus action, so that wouldn't help. I still couldn't cast both of them in the
I
same
see what you're
turn,
saying.
right?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. She'll probably cast that this time though. Maybe maybe not. She's probably not gonna melee anyone right now. You know what I think she's gonna do? What's the range on this?
Oh,
Cool.
no.
She's gonna cast Thunder Wave from this spot and
Oh,
hit
no.
everyone.
Oh,
Even
that's-
her own people.
Yeah, she doesn't care. She wants to get into that tunnel.
Okay.
You're dead. We're screwed. I'm about to go down.
Everyone make a con save.
Do we take half damage on a failed
Here,
con
let
save?
me. Oh
I
wait.
believe that is true.
Then I'm down.
You can
That's
still
bad.
make it. You still make it, Marvin.
Okay.
Though I guess it won't matter for you.
So I made
I
the
thought
save, but I'm still
Yeah,
down.
you'll just take 2 failed death saves no matter what. That's the only effect this will have. So,
okay. I need to make a Constitution save. Oh no!
oof.
Shoot.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
if
I'm
it were
pretty
to
sure
do
it's-
like 26 damage, then
Yeah, yeah. Either way, you're fine for now.
I'm just at
Let's
Oh
0.
man, she just
but
took
your
down,
next
like,
turn you have to make a death save. So,
Oh man. Oh no. I'm sorry. I made a huge
It's
mistake. I
okay.
should have done cure wounds.
I knew
what I
that
was
Marvin was gonna
saying.
die. It's fine.
I was like, you really like. should
No,
make-
but like I was like so close to killing her.
yeah, it was very
Well, that's what I was
close.
I
about-
probably
that's-
would have.
That's why I was gonna ask if you had spells, because a spell would have killed her probably.
No, I have cure wounds and hunter's mark. That's all I have.
Yeah.
And then 1 usage of the sleep spell, but I already used it.
Yeah.
Today. So
So anyone who failed their save is pushed back 10 feet.
okay. I am pushed back 10 feet.
And Jordan automatically fails it because he's down, I think. Well, I guess you don't. I can't see a way why you wouldn't be pushed away, given you're unconscious. So we'll just have you be pushed away. But
I
I
guess-
won't have the tiefling make a attack of opportunity on you.
All
That
right.
would make
I don't think you
sense.
would anyway. Yeah.
I mean, you're down already. So.
Yeah. He doesn't.
And then same thing
Yeah.
with
Yeah, can you make an attack of an opportunity on a down
didn't get pushed.
creature?
I didn't get pushed. I made the save.
Oh, you did make the
No,
save.
I didn't. No,
No,
it was
you didn't.
12.
It is at 12. No, you did. So that's the exact save.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I was getting.
but it
your
still
Jordan's
it
roll
just takes you
mixed.
down though. But
Yeah, still
Yeah.
takes him down. Yes, but that's her turn. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to make for the save for them too, for the warriors.
Oh right. Because she also got them in there.
Yeah, so they
They
both
save.
succeed. So they will take 5 damage though, which actually downs the one in front of Gethris. So
Mark. Oh. Okay.
yeah, because Gethris actually hit his. So, cool. Marvin, make a death saving
And
throw.
Marvin's dead.
Marvin. Oh, nice.
Oh.
I was gonna say you should tell us something about Marvin to get advantage in this moment, but you didn't need it. Cool, 1 success.
I had something I could have told.
Yeah, I mean, how about you tell it anyway and make another roll, and you might get a 20.
Okay.
I'm curious about
okay.
Marvin's past.
Or save it, or wait, or
Oh, that's true. You
tell
could
it
save
and then
You could
save
it.
it
Yeah,
for
we'll wait.
for next one.
Yep, that makes
Oh,
sense.
wait.
Makes sense. Cool. Gethris, make a death saving throw. Yep, you're
One
good.
save.
One success. This one warrior is going to
Run away because his master just attacked him.
no.
Dang.
Is gonna rush forward and try to attack you, Poppy. How far are you up? Did you say you're
30 feet.
Well, so I just I'm gonna regret saying this. I technically said I stay where I was because I wanted them, like, in case one of them did, like, I wanted her to go for me if she, because I thought she was gonna go melee
Yeah.
range. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're in striking range, and so this guy is going to attack you with his spear and miss.
and
Horrible.
miss.
Yeah, that would have been
Hurrah.
really bad. You could have just gone down there and then you all would have failed. So, Poppy, it's you.
Okay. I mean, this guy's in front of me, but I still think I'm gonna go for her.
Yeah.
What's the range on healing word?
It's not healing word,
She
it's
has
cure wounds. It's a
cure
touch
wounds.
spell.
Yep.
I could do it on myself, but that doesn't, yeah.
Yeah, your best bet is probably to attack the witch.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. So all right. Okay. I need to, like, think of a cool way to do this. I'm like, all right. So Poppy's, like, down. She sees her 2 friends are down, and she's like, it's up to me, the little one, to take down the big guy. And as you take out the longbow, still kind of, weakly doing it, she's like, my name is Poppy, and I will shoot this arrow through your eye to your brain.
You're about to get
That's
poppied.
she. You're about to get poppied.
Poppy and cat.
Oh Dang.
Nice. Crit
And then-
success. She's mega dead.
And then plus just for ultimate flavor.
Yeah, she
200
is
markers as well.
very, very dead. Right out through the other side of the skull.
Well, it's like she said, shoot her through the eye into the skull, and
Mhm. Into the brain.
What a
Poppy's
swingy roll, though.
Signature
Dang.
move, yeah.
Can I roll an intimidation check to see if I can just like?
He's gonna run away no matter what.
Okay, cool.
That's what's gonna happen here. So,
And-
we will go in turn order though. And so Marvin,
See if
death
he
save.
makes it.
Yeah.
Death save. Tell us the story about Marvin. Tell us the story
Okay,
about Marvin.
can I just reveal the thing, Caleb?
Sure, go ahead.
So the reason why Marvin's a little screwy is because he's an amnesiac. He lost all of his memory and most of his ability to do magic and spells.
So he was a more powerful wizard before this.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, it explains why he can do more powerful things, kind of like catapult.
I mean, that's a spell you can just have at that level. It's just it's the explanation for why he's level 2 and not
Oh,
And my spell book, and my spell book got stolen probably,
Oh.
mm.
and
had to pick up
Um,
spells from wherever.
Yeah.
So I think the one thing we actually see in the show version of this, right? We see Marvin step towards what looks like a let me find the description here. Yeah, we see Marvin step towards a jungle clearing with 12 stone obelisks surrounding an incredibly intricately sculpted stone disc lying on the ground. He steps into this clearing, and some person that we don't quite see because Marvin can't remember it. This is the only thing you actually remember about your past, Marvin. Is this moment, this memory, and we hear his unknown companion, faceless companion. We probably just see their face blurred out because we don't know. Marvin doesn't remember. And this person says, "You know what's happened to every other person who's stepped into that circle. Are you sure that you've figured it out, done the ritual? You're not going to lose everything?" And what does Marvin say?
I've already lost everything.
Nice. And we just see Marvin take his wobbling old man steps toward this stone obelisk, and that's literally the only piece of your past that you remember. You step towards it, and there's nothing after that. So
Turns out he didn't lose everything. He had his marbles still.
cool. Yeah, make that roll with advantage. That death saving throw.
And dead.
Good thing you did.
Oh my god.
You
Oh my
would have
God.
died otherwise. Nice. Gethris? Okay, one fail. To the Tiefling warrior runs away.
Okay. I'm like, you know what? I'm wondering if Poppy would like try to like
Go after him.
shoot me. But I think she's more worried about her two friends. But the question is, guys,
You can take an attack of opportunity.
I don't have my short sword out technically. I have my long bow.
Yeah.
So I don't
Do it
think
with
that
the
would work.
attack of opportunity with disadvantage.
I don't think you could do. Can you do attacks? of opportunity?
You might be right. Yeah, that might be
I don't
right.
think you could do that with ranged weapons.
Yeah,
That's
Because
fair.
the point
Yeah,
is,
that's true.
Yeah.
Unarmed strike.
My problem is I only have
Okay.
one spell slot left, guys.
You could try to stabilize me.
Yes. So
Um,
I want to
I
heal
will
someone
say I
first.
have medicine. I do have medicine.
Bring
Okay.
him
I think,
up.
and I think I would know that. So I'm gonna go heal. I'm gonna go heal Marvin
The thing,
first.
he goes first. He goes before me.
Yeah.
Right. So just logistically, I think that makes the most sense. So Poppy's gonna fly over and be like, "I got you, Marvin," and then cast Cure Wounds
Sweet.
for 3 healing.
3 hit points.
Three's
Okay,
enough.
so does Marvin remember that little piece?
He does. That's the only thing he
Okay,
remembers.
so he shoots up immediately. He's like, I remember something. I gotta do that more often.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
Poppy's
yeah, you
just like,
didn't
no
remember it
time.
before.
She's
Yeah.
like, no time. Go help.
Yeah, and then it is your turn next, Marvin. So
Like, Gethris, over there.
I've got a problem, guys.
You have only 25 feet of movement, don't you?
Uh,
Well, and plus he's also prone. He has to use half of it to stand
Yeah.
up.
Okay, I gotta make up some BS about my character now. Are you gonna
You
kill
can
my
dash. You can use your action to dash to him and get there.
yeah.
Yes, but then he'll get to me. I still have to roll a death save as long as
I know. But hey, as long as you don't crit fail, you'll be fine.
if you say something about him and then you
Think.
get it.
I literally
It's
thought
only, it
nothing
would be a
about-
1 in 40 chance at that point.
Yes. Okay. No, 1 in.
1 in 40 if you have advantage. Right? That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So. So as I mentioned, Gethris was always kind of he was kind of like I said, like a trust fund kid, but he probably what happened is he was sent off to some boarding school by his parents, or probably some rich merchants or something, but he didn't want to do school, and he kind of took it out by like beating up kids and everything. and so he eventually, probably someone at the school got him, helped him be a little more constructive with it. They eventually convinced his parents to go out of boarding school into like, training of some sorts. But the parents didn't want him, obviously going into war. So they got him into fencing instead. You could still poke people and everything. You could still like,
Yeah,
get your anger out.
Fencing's a great sport. I took it for a semester. It was awesome.
I don't know nothing.
It's like the
about
one
fencing.
sport I'm actually kind of good at.
Yeah, they got him to get into fencing, which kind of got him, got him through school, and it's kind of why it's what's got him where he was today. But when he finished school, he decided, nah, I'm not going to actually do anything with my education. I'm going to keep fencing. I'm going to keep fighting because I like that better. And let's see what happens. Okay.
Nice.
Well, I got a
So
success.
I have a question quick for Gethris. So where do you actually grow up? So most of the tieflings around this area are like slaves or tribe folk.
he's probably from Europe.
Interesting. So like what kind of tiefling are you? Like where are you, or where's your origin from? Like are you an Egyptian tiefling then?
Probably
Yeah.
probably what happened is he was an Egyptian chief. Maybe he is just from Egypt.
That makes
I
sense.
haven't really thought of this too much. But the point is, like, his parents were like, wealthy, whatever's, who
Yeah.
knows? No, maybe nobles, maybe something else. But they sent him to they were some nobility in Egypt, and they sent him off to school. And
Sweet.
maybe he
Yeah,
went
that
to
makes sense.
school in Europe, and that's where he got his accent.
That makes sense. Yeah.
He
Cool.
specifically went for that accent just to get at his parents.
Nice. Yeah.
That's why he's feral.
Mm-hmm. Cool stuff.
Okay.
Poppy,
Yeah.
Poppy still has a turn technically if she wants to do anything.
You could
Okay,
try.
I mean,
it's not like you can.
I
kill
could
him with
try
it.
a medicine check. I have a +1.
Might as well.
Can you
Unless
get
you have
over
something
there?
else you want to do.
Or could I roll like an herbalism kit to see like if I can give him like advantage on a medicine check?
Yeah.
Maybe that would be
Herbalism
better.
has like a specific mechanical thing. Let's look at it real quick.
'Cause I'm proficient with that. So
That could make sense.
Yeah. Here it is. Your mastery of herbalism improves your ability to treat illnesses and wounds by augmenting your methods of care with medicinal plants. You can, give either yourself or Marvin advantage by having the herbalism kit.
I think if I have that, I'll give Marvin advantage. I'll be like
Sure.
prepping like stuff you can use.
It's kind of funny though, because your herbalism kit would be super small. And so you'd have these tiny little vials that you'd be handing them. And you'd be like, I don't have the thumbs for this.
He's a gnome. He's small.
That's true. You could probably make it work,
Nimble.
but
Yeah.
I could just also say, like, tell me where to put this on, you
Yeah.
know, like
yeah, just helping him.
tell me
Cool.
what to do.
Yeah, Marvin, make a medicine check with advantage.
Marvin looks at all the vials and everything she has, and he goes, "Ooh, the good stuff."
Ooh,
Oh no.
that's really bad. Yeah, you failed like a lot.
I mean, that doesn't like do anything to like harm him. It's just
No,
you just
yeah,
don't
and
stabilize
she had
him.
advantage anyway, and yeah. So Gethris, you gotta
This
make
stuff
another
was
death
just
save.
too tiny. The stuff was just too tiny.
Yeah, there's just not enough. Not enough.
Okay, ask me a question about Gethers because I can't think of anything.
Yeah. So, what is your relationship to the type of tiefling that is around this area? Like, I mean, most of the tieflings in this area, again, are either slaves or like wild people. So, like, what do you think about that?
he thinks very highly of himself. He's nobility.
Yeah.
These are the slaves. These are
So
the
you're
low
looking down
class.
on the tieflings. You're just like,
These
yeah,
are low
they're not true tieflings. Not like I am.
No. There's are they probably still from Egypt or were they from
No,
Africa?
these would be like African tribesmen sort of thing. Yeah.
Tieflings.
So he's
My
getting
father
it-
told me so much about these tieflings.
Honestly, yes. Infernal Egyptian tieflings, so super looked down on abyssal African tieflings for sure.
so he's basically getting advantage on a death save because he's like, "No, I'm better than
Not
this."
be killed.
Because he's racist against
I will
others.
not be
Yeah.
killed by these low life tieflings.
Exactly. Yeah.
I am better.
I will not be defeated by this low class Saiyan.
And it's kind of good thing because you would have gotten 2 in a row if you hadn't done those advantages.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Well,
that's-
I'm stable.
You're stable now. Yeah. So you're good.
Okay.
He's just like, I will not be defeated by these low class scum.
Yep. And you were not, at least not this day.
He was.
I was so close to killing your character, Seth. I was
he was
this
kept
close.
alive by his racism.
By his racism. Yep. His racism fueled him.
Well, there you
It's a
go.
terrible thing to say.
Yes.
Racism.
Marvin and Poppy, do you do anything about the tunnels? Do you like
Is
go
it
in
even
it?
racist? if it's the same
Obviously, I
race,
go
though?
in.
He's racist. It's like French people being racist against like Spanish people, right? It's like
Okay, I
they're
guess
pretty
that makes
closely
sense.
related, but yeah.
How long till I come up?
Let's check.
It's 1d4.
2
right?
hours.
2. Okay.
Yeah. Poppy and Marvin,
Um,
yeah, do you check out the tunnel or not?
I want to.
You just leave me out in the open.
He'll be fine.
We'll like put you on the grass on the side over here, you know? But I can't move you.
Cover me in a. Neither of you can move me now that I think.
Marvin can probably make
Yeah.
it work eventually.
No, I have a -2 to strength.
Oh,
So
never
do
mind.
I.
So you're probably literally
I have a
like.
-2 to strength and disadvantage on strength
Yeah,
checks.
it'd be like, we can't move him, so we're just gonna leave him here.
Probably like you just like, you can't move. I'm like, well, go check out the cave.
Yep.
we don't even
Nice.
think about it. It's like, well, he's breathing. I think it worked.
Right? I think both you and I were like, oh, we must have done it.
Yeah.
You both failed, but you don't know.
Like you're halfway even, you're like halfway applying it even. Like you almost like, you kind of wrap up his wound slightly with it and you like leave it half done and you're just like, it's good enough. And
It's like,
Looks like
oh,
he's breathing.
this
Looks like
stuff's
it
working-
works.
This stuff works pretty well. I need to get me some of this.
Oh,
Cool.
And
Yeah.
we're just like, yeah, want to go check out the cave? Sure.
yeah, so you guys go into the
Oh.
cave. Do you scout ahead, Poppy, or do you stay with Marvin?
Either of you have dark vision?
I do.
I guess you're gnome. Gnomes have
Marvin
dark
does.
vision.
Well, there's a light coming from it, so I'm assuming.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
and I think there
probably-
literally is, right? There's like some sort of glowing aura that wasn't there before. Like you would have noticed that, Poppy, underground. But yeah, there's some sort of orange glow coming from inside it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it just depends on what Marvin does. Like Poppy will just go right in, but like, so it just depends on what Marvin wants to do.
Okay, I think Marvin needs to roll a wisdom save, maybe.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Which do you think would be the higher roll? To stay with or to go?
Say that last part again.
Like basically rolling to see if Marvin would know if he should stay or if he should go.
Right. Yeah, just make a wisdom check. Not a save, but a wisdom check. Yeah.
Oh, wisdom check.
Oh, no.
That was a wisdom save. You want me to roll a check?
Yeah, roll a check. I'll give you that freebie.
Oh, better.
Yeah.
There we
21.
go.
So, yeah, Marvin, it's not necessarily dangerous. It's not automatically dangerous to go in here. It could be. Yeah, your instincts aren't screaming at you not to go inside.
I meant like more to stay outside to keep an eye on
Gethris?
Gethris.
Yeah,
Just
no,
to make sure
Gethris
he's
is
all
going to
right.
be fine. Don't worry about him.
I mean, if something else were to come along and be like, free food?
Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot's going to be in the same park with an evil witch queen and an Unconquered, so you seem like you're fine. Yeah.
Okay.
The shrews aren't going to harm him.
They're more shrewd than that.
It's not even clever.
It wasn't
Would you
trying.
say it's not even shrewd?
So I think Poppy just turns to Marvin and just goes, well, shall we go into the unknown?
Alyssa,
I've been waiting to use that for like 2 hours now.
Alyssa, I expect better things from you.
That was great, Alyssa.
My heart is full.
Yeah, so you go inside.
And it's not just full of Cheeto Puffs.
Your heart has Cheeto Puffs in it. You should probably get that checked out.
I mean, I can't afford
So
that.
is Marvin going to go with me or not?
Oh, yeah, he's going to go in.
Okay.
He's going to
I
start
mean, because
like,
you only have 3 hit points too, so just keep that in mind. I only have 5, but yeah.
Cool.
Look, the way Marvin sees things right now, if he goes down again and then gets back up, he'll recover more of his memory.
I like to think that Marvin's just now like, yeah, get me down, let's go. Constantly throwing himself into danger. We're like, oh, Marvin, like, are you like
sitting at home.
suicidal here? Like, what's happening?
Do you need help, buddy?
He's like, he doesn't even take it to that extreme. He just like has a frying pan or something at home. He just regularly hits himself with it.
Gotta jog something.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so you head into the glowing cave, and it's not super long. Like, it's not a super long tunnel, and it eventually leads to, you see what honestly looks like a little shrine down here, right? So I think what you see is a cracked, like, 2 halves of a small black pearl that are just kind of laying on this like little altar, and there is a very, very worn little statuette there, kind of at the head of the altar. And honestly, perception check to even make it out. It's very worn. Yeah, so Poppy, you can tell a little bit more than Marvin. You can tell the basic shape of it is some sort of 2-headed figure. The heads themselves are pretty misshapen, so it's hard to tell what kind of thing or being they're supposed to represent. It has a tail, and its legs are kind of like reptilian, like lizardy kind of legs. Almost like you'd expect maybe like a T-Rex-ish. That looks kind of like that, with the kind of like muscular lizard leg. But that's really the only discernible like feature of it you can actually make out.
A lizard with a tail and 2 heads.
Yeah, it's a humanoid figure. Right? So it's like it's standing up. It has 2 arms. It has 2 legs. It has a tail, and it has 2 the 2 heads. But what?
Is it a statue?
Yeah, a little statuette on the head of this altar, right behind the little cracked black pearl.
So I think Poppy's just like, Marvin, what kind of creatures have 2 heads with lizard-like features? Because she's just like, I'm just like.
Yeah, Marvin, you can make a history or religion check.
Can't he make a dinosaur check?
No. 16 is enough to tell you that you need more information about what the rest of it looks like to make a judgment. Several different things cross your mind, but none of them are concrete.
Obviously, this is a statue, not concrete.
Yeah, so
the concrete statue.
There's just not enough there to make it out.
Okay.
Yeah, there's lots of 2-headed things in the universe.
Right, but 2-headed things that also have like a lizard features.
Yeah,
probably narrows it down a little.
It certainly narrows it down, but Marvin probably doesn't have the last piece to
put it together.
What it probably is Marvin has made a list, but the right thing is not on the list, right?
So again, things that it's not that
things that that could make sense, but based on the information you have. But if you had all the information, you would know that none of the things that he just came up with are actually it.
Are actually the thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
so see how big is the statue?
Yeah, it's like a little statuette. It's like a little figurine. Maybe your size, Poppy. So maybe honestly maybe half your size.
Okay, and then like a pearl that's
and it's again a little altar, and like just this little like split down the middle, kind of cracked jaggedly, black pearl, sitting on this altar. Everything here looks super old. Who knows how long this thing has been here? Long time. But then Marvin, are you guys looking around, I guess, for anything?
I was gonna see if he could make like an Arcana check or something.
Yeah,
I actually wanted to see if I could use minor alchemy to try to alter. So what is this little statuette thing made of?
Question. Some sort of maybe like obsidian.
Oh, obsidian.
Yeah. It's like a carved statue.
Gosh darn it! Never mind. Okay.
Yeah. So no, I think she just like whispers more around, like, well, clearly she wanted this thing for some reason, but why?
Yeah.
Hired us.
Yeah. Are you guys looking around more? Are you inspecting something more closely?
So
yeah, and the tunnel just literally ends at this small little chamber that just holds this altar. So
when there's lightning, you know it always brings me down.
I don't know. I feel like I have like a -1 to anything that could be helpful, like investigation or.
I
Arcana.
plan on doing an Arcana check, but I just wanted to see something.
So what is causing the glow? Is it just like a bunch of fireflies that are around?
yeah, so that's actually a good point. Probably what it would be, and this is probably something that Marvin might want to inspect further. There's probably on the altar underneath the pearl. I'm glad you reminded me of the glowings, because this would have been more obvious than I was making it out to be. Is like some sort of carved, a carving on the altar itself, and that itself is glowing. The carving.
All right.
So yeah, if you want to make an Arcana check on that, Marvin, you can find out more.
Yeah, let's make an Arcana on that. Well,
Yeah, only thing you get from it, Marvin, is you get a deja vu. You get another tiny snippet of memory, and you're standing in the middle of that clearing with the stone disc below you, the pillars around you, and you look down, and the carving of the stone disc below you is also glowing in the same orange hue. And that's all you get. So you're like, there's a connection there.
okay.
That's all you
Are
get.
there any books?
No, it's literally the only things that are in this room are the altar, the statue, the little black pearl that's split, and the carving.
I wonder what would happen if we try to put the black pearl together. Something probably really bad.
Yes, I definitely set up a magic item in this room that if you put it together, the whole city just sinks into the sea. And I'm really
We just
hoping
destroyed
you don't.
Calabar.
Yeah, I'm really hoping you don't do that. But it just reminds me of the that one Puffin Forest video where he's like, he set up this thing with like that you can transport them to the moon. And literally the whole time I was watching this video, I'm like, dude, literally all you have to do is just say it doesn't work. It's just, you don't have to send them to the moon. You're the GM. You could just change your mind.
I think it's the fact that I think it was the fact that it sounds like from the video, they were insistent on something happening. So he's like, okay, it happens.
Yeah.
Did you see the one where they unleashed like an eldritch horror that was underneath the city?
Yep.
Oh, that's not Puffin Forest. That is Dingo Doodles.
Yeah.
Oh, then I didn't see that one. I'm thinking of thing.
They unleashed the Tarask by her karaoke.
Fun.
So
what do you do?
Could I make an Arcana check?
Sure. Yeah, you would find out more different information than Marvin would, but
okay. Nope.
Same roll. Yeah.
Same roll, but I have a -1.
Yeah.
No. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, we could probably just end the session there, right? In this mysterious, like, ooh, what is this? Right.
What is this?
Yeah. That's that you find. Do you report any of the particulars of this back to Ladrin? Like this is his park, so like
yeah.
Yeah, we tell him everything. We're like, sorry, we kind of trashed the park, but we took care of the problem. No, I mean, obviously, what happens, right, is we say, okay, so here's the dealio. We killed like we just tell them what happened. Like, we killed this thing. And then found this other secret tunnel once that was done. And your groundskeeper is evil, so we killed her.
Evil.
And I was trying to get to this this statue and pearl thing. I don't know if I want to touch them is the thing. So I'm like, I don't. I feel like Poppy would just like go and report it immediately to kind of like maybe like almost like. We gotta like tell him right away, like what's down here, kind of a thing. I feel like she would be like, you stay here. I'm gonna go fly there and be like, yo, you have like some weird spiritual thing going on in the bottom of your park. Get like one of your best like Arcana people to like come check it out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so while she's gone and doing that, help me out. Does Gethris have facial hair?
Oh
no.
Why? Oh, come on.
What?
So I take my ink pen and my bottle of black ink or whatever, and I just draw. She leaves it and he just goes
and cut.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so there's definitely more to discover there. More kind of going on there. I'll figure out what Ladrin does, and what he finds out from that whole situation. I have some ideas about what's next for Gethris, Poppy, and Marvin. What's kind of fun about doing these side stories is that I can reveal things that are gonna be relevant to the main characters, and then but the main characters won't have access to that information. And so you as players will like come across similar things and you'll be like, holy crap, it's like in the thing, but you don't, your characters won't have the ability to know any further. So that'll be fun to play with.
What would be really funny is if that happens and like it's something magical and Deli's just like, I want to eat it.
I'll just eat it. Yep. I'm excited for all sorts of magical shenanigans with Deli eating very powerful magic items and not knowing what the consequences might be.
Yeah, we've already discussed that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Magical shenanigans.
Let's give you guys some XP, shall we?
Were we actually XPing with these characters?
Yep.
Okay. But because before with side stories, we usually just like, hey, you're this level this time.
So I've been doing it with all the other side stories so far, so we'll just keep going. We can always change it if we don't want to do it that way. Okay.
It makes sense to like bump up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's like a time skip or something. Let's see.
Currently at 300.
Well, you're at 0 because we're doing the.
But we're level 2.
Yeah.
No, but we're doing
the UAXP.
Right. Sorry, I was looking at my other thing.
Yeah. So you didn't recover a magic item or something worth a certain amount. Neither of the things in that cave were actually worth anything. Once you find out more about them, they're rather useless. They may have been useful at some point, may have had magic at some point, but as of right now, they're completely devoid of magic and relatively worthless. Even the pearl, it's almost like a fake. Like it's not quite the sort of material it should be. You did explore a location. I'll give you.
Kind of.
Yes. Okay, I'll give it to you. And combat stuff. So 20. And then what's a CR of all these things?
I thought the swarms or the rats were like CR0 or something.
Yeah, they are CR0.
They very, very, very weak. I feel like it's so funny. Like I'm starting to realize that like my characters hardly ever go down, and I never worry about my characters going down. I'm just like, it'll be fine. And Seth worries about it so much and always goes down.
I even avoided it this time.
I don't want to go down, so I'm going to avoid. I'm going to maneuver this way. I'm going to do this. Like he's so strategic where I'm just like, yeah, that sounds about right. This probably what my character would do, whatever. And then it's
must be nice.
It's just how it works out.
Like I don't even have to try. I just go down.
Yeah, I mean it's true. Jordan doesn't worry about going down necessarily. He just is just like it's gonna happen.
I've just accepted that I am terminally down.
We're that close to having another dead character.
I mean, but hey, we were pretty lucky the fact that I didn't go down because I was the only healer. So
yes,
it was almost a TPK.
I would like to point out the fact that I actually did look to see if there were any wizard healing spells, and I did not see any.
No,
wizards don't have healing spells, like which is so weird. You'd think they would.
No, we're all about that damage.
Yeah,
all of that glass cannon.
Like, I hope that's something like in the next Dungeons and Dragons like editions that they fix for wizards is that they give them some kind of healing something.
I feel like that's. I don't know if they want to.
That they don't want to do that, right? Like the point of the arcane spellcasters is they don't have healing. Like that's part of the whole thing.
I just don't think it makes sense though. Like logistically, like if you're gonna learn spells, like don't you think that like you learn some minor healing spell?
Just based on the lore of D&D, the sort of magic that heals people is divine in nature. Like that's just how it works for whatever reason in the lore. But yeah, I mean it's also just a balance thing. Like if everyone had healing spells, then
what's the point of
why would anyone play a cleric?
Let's see, it would be. Well, because clerics do like massive healing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Cleric barbarian. Claire bear.
That would actually be interesting.
Player bear.
It's like-
I'm the tank and the healer and the DPS.
When you can do
Yeah,
that.
the problem with barbarian though is that you can't cast spells when you're raging.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah, so that's going to be a problem with Takewee is that she's gonna have some healing, like healing word and whatnot, but like she can't heal when she's raging.
So hear me out.
So-
What you do is you save rage for when you're out of spell slots.
46.
46 XP for all of you.
Sounds good. Actually, what I should do with Takewee really is I should rage right away. That way, like we get in some like good hits first, and then when like after a few rounds, then you guys go down. Then I just come out of rage. And then
Yeah, that makes sense.
It just makes me
Heal.
think of like the Hulk. It's like I'm always angry. Start.
Cool stuff.
Gosh. I want to hold on.
Oh, thanks, Kayla. Thanks for letting me play a pixie.
Of course. No, that was a lot of fun. It's fun to, and I'm interested more in for learning more about Poppy and why she is in the material world. Because as of right now, any of the like Fey people, Fey creatures that we've like seen in the material world are like working for various Fey lords, doing their bidding, and then going back to Feywild, like do nefarious things. Poppy's just an adventurer, so I'm curious. I mean, obviously the world has probably changed somewhat in the 150 years since Terra Nullius. So, yeah, I'm excited to learn more about all these characters. We got little snippets of them.
Also, a lot changed in the Feywild too, since when Terra Nullius concluded.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Yeah, Lord of the Spring Court died. There's a lot. I mean, all the stuff
who
that
took his place.
Well, so
Did they say?
I don't think it
forgot.
was ever stated, and I feel like I had an idea. I think I have an idea written down somewhere or something. But I won't say it out loud in case I'm wrong or in case I don't want you to know. But there's obviously the stuff going on with Erastus and company as well. They were starting to do Feywildy things. Pongrabon was getting interested in the Feywild and all that stuff. Obviously, you have the new gods that are doing stuff in the background too. So.
Yeah.
You know what? I would be interested in seeing you play around with, Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
That vampire character that I created.
Yes. Yeah. I know he exists, and I know he's doing things. We only got that one session of him, and then we were so focused on end finale Terra Nullius stuff pretty much right after that like it just didn't come up again. But yeah, no, he's definitely around. He was trying to become a god as well. I think he's probably maybe given up that though. I think like ascending to godhood is becoming less and less a viable option these days for multiple reasons.
So much paperwork now. You gotta file stuff. You gotta go through three separate.
Well, the new gods have more control over the pantheon now.
Yeah.
And they're
yeah. I think at this point he's probably less. Are we in? Have we ended yet? We should probably save this for after.
Well, yeah, we won't do an after show for this, but yeah, so we can talk briefly about this now.
Well, my thought is that he probably he probably still draws his power from the moon.
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Which is it's interesting because Wisdom is definitely not the sort of person who would be fine with him existing.
I think he's stealing it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is too. Yeah. Yeah.
Which probably explains why she was maybe having a hard time.
I mean, it was certainly part of it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It may have been a smaller part of it, but it was certainly part of it.
I mean, he's probably trying to keep it under wraps that he was doing it at first, but.
Obviously, the Castrovet line is still around too, because Dragomir was a thing. He probably settled down at some point. So there are little Castrovets still running around these days, I'm sure too. But the one freebie I'll tell you about the Feywild is that a new court did develop in South America. It got tamed a bit. Since it's called the Celestial Court in Brazil now. So
fancy.
Yeah. All right, cool stuff. We'll be back next week with another Terra Invicta side story. We should talk briefly about what that will look like. I guess it would probably be an easy answer. Seth, do you care if we do these characters without Gethris? If Gethris is doing something by himself?
We could say Gethris has like an event or a match that whatever time they're doing something.
Yeah. As long as you're fine with that, I feel like it makes sense to just do another thing with these characters.
That's why I didn't think too much about him, because I was like, I'm going to be in a one shot. I didn't think it would. I mean, plus you'd probably kill him. Just a lot of reasons not to think.
No, yeah, I'm interested in Gethris. But yeah, it might be even that this adventuring group is a little bit more fluid than implied at the beginning too.
Could it be that this is like an adventuring group that's like just this is the group, or could it be like maybe this is a guild where there's a rotation of members?
That's fair. I feel like there are several factions you guys could be working for too. So yeah, well, let's talk about that off screen, and I'll figure out who can join us for Thursday, and because 3 is kind of like the magic number for side stories. So we'll find another person, and all right, good stuff. We are out. Thanks for watching.